Welcome to Dianna's Mud Shop. Today I want to do a little short video to show you how I make gift tags. Now the ones that I have done already I've made for Christmas, but these can be all occasion. You can cut any shape that you want, put anything on them, but this is just going to be a little basic lesson on how I do it. This is one that I make, and I completely glaze it with the clear glaze. I did the underglaze colors, whatever color you want, and then cover it with a clear glaze. After it is fired, then I take my Sharpie marker and I write their names on it. Now this way I can sell these to whoever wants them and they can write their names on them. If you want to hang it on your Christmas tree or whatever afterwards, to make great ornaments. Makes a good gift outside of your gift. And if any reason you want to change the name, you take an alcohol wipe or a little bit of alcohol on a cotton ball. It wipes right off and you can rewrite it. Just use a Sharpie marker to write. It will stay on there. I've had some on for a couple years now, and I just put them up on my tree as decorations every year, and the writing stays on. What I did my texture with is a rolling pin that I got from Vermont Pottery Works. Now I looked at their website since I bought this a few years ago. I did look on their website to see if they still had this, and I could not find it, so I did a Google search and found it, and it said that she does still carry them. So I'm sure that if you contact her, she'll be glad to cut you one. But this rolling pin is 12 inches. It cuts 6 different tags. You see, here's one with ribbon and ornaments. Here's one with the deer in the middle. Here's one with pine cones. I did not bring one of those out to the shop. Here's one with a Christmas tree and a poinsettia. I did not bring it out. Here's one with the ornaments. Of course, you can glaze them whatever color you want. My favorite is this one with the snowflakes, and I love it in the blue. But you can do them any color that you want. So that is just one option. Another thing would be, if you want all occasion gift tags, you can cut them in any shape that you want and write on it or carve on it. When it gets leather hard, you can take a straight edge and draw a line and say to and from and draw a picture. You can personalize these however you want. I thought about making little bunnies shapes, just any cookie cutter, and use it as a gift tag. Put the child's name on it on their Easter basket. So I had 3 children, so I needed to put their names on their Easter baskets every year. You can do them in a bell shape or a tree shape or whatever shape you want. Heart shape for Valentine's Day to put on their gift. Just multiple, just your imagination can just run away with you for different things that you can do. Now I've rolled out a slab of clay. This clay, I roll all my clay out to 3/8 inch. And I've got it here, and I'm going to compress on both sides. Now with this, even if you don't have canvas texture on it, you better compress it or you will not have a flat tag. It'll curl up on you. Just make sure that you compress both sides before you get started. Okay, there's one side. I'm going to flip this over and compress the other side. Another thing that you want to be sure to do is, as you cut them out, make sure you put them on a wear board that you can leave them on for a while. If you have something that you can't get wet for a long period of time, you want something else. You want to make sure that you can leave it on till it gets leather hard. I actually leave mine sandwiched between 2 wear boards, and I have these wear boards, and I'll sandwich them, put them on my drying rack, and leave them till they're ready to go in the kiln for bisfire. That way I know they're not going to curl up. But if they curl a little bit, it's no harm done. This isn't actually completely flat. It's pretty close, but it's not completely flat. But it works still for a gift tag. All right, I'm going to release it from the board, from my work table, so it's loose. Now, I'm not going to roll this whole slab out in this texture because I want to do one or two in the other shapes. So I'm going to just show you. I'm going to come over this way where I can get 2 tags on here. I'm going to stand up so that I can press very well in this. The harder you press, the better your texture is, but you don't want to flatten your clay out completely. So, all right. Now, I'm going to hold my mat up so you can see where it put the texture in it. Yes, you can see. Pretty good. Okay. I had somebody ask me what kind of mats I work on. I have a 4-foot by 6-foot wooden table, and I have it covered in these. This is called U-wedge mat. It's got a canvas on this side, and it's like a silicone on this side. You can't hurt it. I cut my clay on it. I wedge my clay on it. I build on it. I do everything on this, and I love them. I have 3 of them covering my table so that I can work anywhere on the surface of my table. Since this is a wooden table, I'll try to keep it dry. All right, the next step is to cut these out. Now, I use a straight edge because I'm shaky a little bit, and I want to make sure that I have my edges straight. So I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to cut. Now, some of these are partial, and I'll cut them away. When I say partial, I mean the texture on it was like, because I didn't roll the whole slab, I just had parts of it. So I'll wedge this back up and spritz it with water and make something else with it. Okay, I'm going to cut this one down here. And I'm cutting this straight. I'm not cutting it at an angle. Get this lined up here. Now you can use cookie cutters and cut whatever shapes you want. If you don't have a roller like this, that's fine. Let me get this. All right, let me release this. Move it out of the way. Okay, I'm going to cut these apart now. And you can always trim later. I have made smaller ones. I trimmed them back to make them a little bit smaller. They are a little heavy if you make them thick. You can make them thinner if you want, but just keep in mind that the thinner you go, the more apt they are to curl and warp when you fire them. And actually with these, my rule of thumb is no more than 3. I can stack 2 or 3 in the bisque kiln. And the weight of them helps keep them flat. So I get my board out. Careful not to, one thing I should have done was release my clay after I rolled it out. I did not, so now I have this problem. So that didn't come out square, but I'll trim that up. So I like my mat because I can do this with it. Okay. All right. I know I cut that apart. I thought I did. My clay is really wet. It's wet outside. It's been raining all for the last 24 hours or more. And it's too warm to turn heaters on, even though I did turn it on for a few minutes to try to dry it out in here. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, like I said, I did not pull them loose, so they are not completely square. So what I'll do is trim these up a little bit. I'm going to let them set for a little bit before I try to trim them up because it is so wet in here. One other thing I'll remind you that something I didn't do on my last firing. I had made some of these. Let's see if I can find. Here's the one with the tree. Looking for one with the pine cones. Here's one that I did trim and make smaller. But if you'll notice, there's one thing different in this one. Guess what it is? I forgot to put the hole in it so that I could tie a ribbon on it. So I'm still trying to decide, because it's so heavy, I'm not sure about gluing something on here. You can get a jewelry bell, B-A-I-L, bell, and glue it to them and tie a ribbon on it. I have done jewelry that way, but these are a little heavier than a bead. So I'm not sure how well that would hold. I'm going to get some and try them. But if you see, I made this whole stack of them and can't use them because I forgot to put the hole in for the ribbon to tie into. Okay, so I'm going to leave these alone right now. Set them over here on my slab roller. I'll cover them with the other board after I've trimmed them. Now, I've got my other piece of clay. Which way is the best to come? This way or that? I guess come further away. You can see better. Let me see. I'll get y'all further away. Maybe. Whoop, that wasn't good. Okay, let's see if that'll work. Anyway, now I'm going to make a couple of the bunnies so that I can use them for Easter. They'd be great on an Easter basket. And I'm trying to think what kind of lace, texture would go good with that. I'm thinking bunnies and flowers. How about that? So we are going to roll this, and I'm going to roll it this way because that way the bunnies are up and down. Let's see, I'm going to do it this way. Okay. This time I'm going to release it from the mat so it's loose. Okay. And I will show you closer. Here's my texture. Okay. So I'm going to find me a good spot. Give me another wear board out because as I cut them, I'm going to put them on here. All right. I'm thinking right here, this bunny right here is cute. I'll cut him out. I'm going to put him straight on the board. I like this little bunny. I'll cut him out. As you can see. Put him on the board. I'll make a couple of these. Here's one with two bunnies. That would be great. Press him out of the cutter. You see, I have them on the board. Okay, I'm going to make a couple ovals because there's a section of this without bunnies that's just flowers, and I think that would be great to have in the springtime, maybe for a Mother's Day tag. Okay. See, this has got a little snail on it and some flowers. Here's another spot that would be great for this. Okay. Now my idea for these, you think, well, how can you write with the texture on it? Well, these, I'm probably going to fire these, get them bisque fired, and then I'm going to do the writing on the back and leave this side textured with the flowers. You can do like a stroke and coat or underglaze and white back real lightly so that the tops of the flowers are white back, and touch just a little bit with a clear glaze. You'll want to clear glaze this side all together. You can sgraffito on here, or you can carve on here to in a line and from on a line when it gets leather hard. And I probably will do an underglaze in the writing and on the line, and then cover it with clear glaze all over. Fire it on a stilt, and then once it's done, you can still write on it, and it'll still be good for both sides. So one side will have the flowers, the other side will have to mom, from, whoever. You can find something that maybe your father likes. Cookie cutters come in fish, sports themes, just all kind of things. Let's see, I'm looking at ducks if they like to hunt. I'm looking at okay, I'm going to reach over here and grab something. I also have cookie cutters that are shaped like these. These would make great gift tags, shaped like these. Now, I use these for handles on my platters and plates. I cut one, cut it in half, and you have two handles. But you can use this either size. It comes in 3 sizes. So this would make a beautiful gift tag. Here's one. See how it's shaped. And like I said, you could do the design on this side with underglaze, white back, and clear glaze over the top. Carve your to and from on here with your lines, to write your name on. Don't forget to put your hole in, and clear glaze all around it. You could actually even dip it in clear glaze. I have dipping glaze that's clear, and I'll take something and hold on to it where the hole is, dip the whole thing, and then you just fire it on stilts, and it's good. So I am going to make sure that all of these, since they are all the same width the clay is, I can finish cutting these out. I'm going to put them all on my board. I am going to put another board on top and leave them for tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back out here and put the holes in them. I'm not going to do like I did last time and forget to come out until they were too dry. I fired them anyway because I just couldn't stand it, and I figured there was some way I could make them work. I have tried to drill holes in bone dry pieces. It does not work. So just make sure that you cut your holes in them. Now, there are different kind of hole makers. I have some that are open. I have some that are closed. I like the open ones better because the closed ones tends to get the clay down inside of them, and I don't like having to take time to dig it out. So I would rather do that. Or you can just poke it with a needle tool. Find which one. I don't want to do it too close to the edge, and just make sure you clean it out when you get it done. You just want it big enough that you can put a ribbon through. After it's fired, remember it has shrink rate. So you'll have a hole somewhere in your piece so that it'll hang like this, okay? And you can turn it this way where it's got their name written on it. This way it's just pretty. And they can use it to hang on their wall or just as a trinket afterwards. So there are many uses for it. You could actually even put it on a chain if you want a bigger necklace and have a necklace. You can make smaller ones. You can make larger ones. Just your imagination. Just go with it. And let's see. I think I want to make another one of these with the bunny in the middle. I think that's pretty. So here's one with the bunny in the middle. So I'll finish this up and cover my board. And it'll be a while before you see them on my Facebook site in pictures because it takes a while to get them done. But I think I'll do a heart also right here where there's not a bunny. It's all flowers. Perfect for Valentine's Day. Give a gift to your honey. Give a gift to your children. Give a gift to your mom. Many uses for Valentine's Day. And this one, I'll put the hole up in one corner. But make sure you cleaned it up real good. Smooth around the edges. This is just an idea for you to go with. These are not ready. I have to finish working on them. But there you go. How to make gift tags. And they are pretty when they're done. And they do dress up a gift. It's, like I said, it's a gift outside the gift. Okay, well, I'm going to finish up these. And I will see you another time. Click like and subscribe if you will. Share my videos. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, this is a requested video, so if there's something that you want to see, if you look at my Facebook site, Dianna's Mud Shop, DIANNA''S, Mud Shop, on Facebook, you can see pictures of all my work. And if you have any questions, I just started making the videos showing how I make some of my stuff, so if there's anything you want to know, let me know. I'll do my best to help you out. And I thank you for joining me on this cold, wet winter day. Come back and see me again. Bye.